The Alamo captivated audiences with its unforgettable tale of fewer than 200 defenders making one final stand against thousands of enemy soldiers. But what happened after the cameras stopped rolling was even more shocking. Financial disasters, explosive feuds, and heartbreaking tragedies would haunt this legendary cast for decades. Today, only a few are still with us. Join us as we uncover what really happened to the legendary cast in 2026. John Wayne as Colonel Davy Crockett. John Wayne was born on May 26, 1907, in Winterset, Iowa, USA. At 53 years old, he played Colonel Davy Crockett, the steadfast and commanding leader of the Alamo Defenders, in The Alamo, 1960. His portrayal highlighted Crockett's unshakable courage and strategic mind, distinguishing him from other Western heroes and making him the moral anchor of the film. Filming The Alamo placed enormous financial and personal pressure on Wayne. As director, producer, and lead actor, he had to mortgage personal assets and invest his own money to fund the production. Long hours, tight budgets, and the burden of box office expectations pushed him to exhaustion, adding a layer of intensity to his performance that reflected real-life stakes. He also continued to deliver iconic performances in films like True Grit, 1969, and The Searchers, 1956, showing his enduring presence in Hollywood. Wayne's personal life was equally turbulent. He married 3 times: Josefa Alicia Sáenz, Esperanza Bauer, and Pilar Palete, and his second marriage was notoriously stormy, with reports of jealousy, alleged affairs, and even threats of violence. Despite these challenges, he maintained a large family and remained a figure of legendary status in American cinema. John Wayne passed away on June 11, 1979, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 72 due to stomach cancer. His decades-long battle with smoking-related illnesses, compounded by radiation exposure during The Conqueror, 1956, filming in Utah, had severely affected his health. He was laid to rest at Pacific View Memorial Park in Corona del Mar, leaving a legacy as one of the most iconic figures of Western cinema. Richard Widmark as Colonel Jim Bowie. Richard Widmark was born on December 26, 1914, in Sunrise, Minnesota, USA. At 46 years old, he played Colonel Jim Bowie, the fierce and determined tactician at the Alamo, in The Alamo, 1960. Bowie's blend of fiery temper and unwavering loyalty set him apart from other historical figures, giving the film both tension and emotional weight in its portrayal of the defenders. On set, Widmark faced professional friction with John Wayne, as he frequently clashed with Wayne over directorial decisions and perceived interference in his performance. The tension was compounded by the grueling demands of a large-scale production, which tested both his patience and physical stamina. Amid these pressures, he continued to take on compelling roles in Kiss of Death, 1947, and Judgment at Nuremberg, 1961, cementing his reputation as a versatile and skilled actor. Widmark's personal life reflected his stability and devotion. He shared a 55-year marriage with Jean Hazelwood, supporting her through her struggle with Alzheimer's until her passing in 1997. His family remained a priority, and he quietly balanced a demanding career with caring for his loved ones, exemplifying loyalty off-screen as much as on. Richard Widmark died on March 24, 2008 in Roxbury, Connecticut, at the age of 93 after a long battle with complications from a spinal injury and age-related health decline. He was remembered for his dedication to both his craft and his family, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances in both film and television. Lawrence Harvey as Colonel William Barrett. Travis. Lawrence Harvey was born on October 1, 1928, in Lithuania. At 32 years old, he played Colonel William Barrett Travis, the determined and idealistic leader of the Alamo Defenders, in The Alamo, 1960. His portrayal emphasized Travis's fiery commitment and impassioned speeches, setting him apart from other officers and making his character the emotional core of the defenders' struggle. Filming the Alamo coincided with Harvey's rising stardom, bringing both acclaim and intense pressure. Known for his luxurious lifestyle and exacting temperament, he often clashed with co-stars and crew over creative decisions. Despite this, he maintained a steady output of remarkable performances in films like Room at the Top, 1959, and The Manchurian Candidate, 1962, proving his range and earning Oscar and BAFTA nominations. Harvey's personal life was tumultuous and heavily scrutinized. He married 3 times. His first marriage to actress Margaret Leighton, who was 6 years his senior, ended amid lifestyle conflicts. Throughout his career, the press perpetually speculated about his private life and sexuality, adding stress to an already demanding profession. Lawrence Harvey passed away on November 25, 1973, in London, England, at the young age of 45 due to stomach cancer. His early death cut short a career that had shown tremendous promise, leaving behind a legacy of intense, psychologically complex performances that continue to be celebrated. Frankie Avalon as Smitty. Frankie Avalon was born on September 18, 1940, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. At 20 years old, he played Smitty, the charming and youthful messenger who brings energy and levity to the Alamo camp, in The Alamo, 1960. His role highlighted Smitty's optimism and loyalty, making him the lighthearted counterpoint to the film's heavy themes of war and sacrifice. However, Avalon faced the challenge of proving himself as a serious actor beyond his teen idol image. Transitioning from chart-topping hits like Venus and Y to feature films demanded intense effort to overcome skepticism from critics and audiences alike. Alongside The Alamo, he starred in the Beach Party series with Annette Funicello and appeared in Grease, 1978, expanding his repertoire and demonstrating his versatility in both musical and cinematic performances. His personal life has been a source of stability and happiness. Avalon married Kay Diebel in 1962, and together they raised 8 children. Their long-lasting marriage, free of major scandals, provided a solid foundation that allowed him to navigate the pressures of fame while maintaining strong family ties. As of 2026, Frankie Avalon is 86 years old and continues to enjoy life with his family in the United States. He remains active in occasional interviews, fan conventions, and special appearances celebrating his legacy in music and film, reflecting a life balanced between personal fulfillment and professional achievement. Patrick Wayne, as Captain James Butler Bonham. Patrick Wayne was born on December 15, 1939, in Los Angeles, California, USA. At 21 years old, he played Captain James Butler Bonham, the brave and loyal officer at the Alamo, in The Alamo, 1960. His portrayal emphasized Bonham's courage under fire and unwavering dedication to the defenders, making him a symbol of youthful heroism and sacrifice within the film's narrative. Being the son of Hollywood legend John Wayne brought both opportunities and intense scrutiny. Patrick faced constant comparisons to his father and accusations that his roles were earned through nepotism rather than talent. Nevertheless, he built his own filmography with performances in Sinbad and The Eye of the Tiger, 1977, and The People That Time Forgot, 1977, while also appearing alongside his father in The Searchers, 1956, gradually establishing an identity distinct from his father's shadow. His personal life carried its own challenges. Patrick's first marriage to Peggy Hunt, 1965 to 1978, ended in divorce amid pressures from Hollywood life and long periods apart due to filming schedules. He later found stability with his second wife, Misha Anderson, whom he married in 1999, enjoying a quieter and more private family life. As of 2026, Patrick Wayne is 87 years old and fully retired, living in the United States. He occasionally participates in film retrospectives and fan conventions, celebrating the Alamo and his father's legacy, choosing to enjoy his later years away from the pressures of Hollywood while maintaining close ties with family. Linda Cristal as Flaca. Linda Cristal was born on February 23, 1931, in Rosario, Argentina. At 29 years old, she played Flaca, a resourceful and resilient woman navigating the hardships of the frontier, in the Alamo, 1960. Her character added emotional depth and compassion to the story, providing a humanizing perspective on the struggles faced by the families surrounding the Alamo defenders. Cristal's life was marked by early tragedy and professional pressure. Both her parents died from carbon monoxide poisoning during her childhood, leaving a lasting psychological impact. She rose to fame with her Golden Globe-winning performance as Victoria Cannon in The High Chaparral, 1967 to 1971, and also starred in films like Rio Conchos, 1964, navigating the entertainment industry with poise despite its demands and scrutiny. Her personal life was turbulent, with 3 marriages that ended in divorce, first with Tito Gomez, then Robert Champion, and finally Yale Wexler. The complications of these relationships, combined with public attention on custody and financial disputes, created significant stress throughout her adult life. Linda Cristal passed away peacefully on June 27, 2020, in Beverly Hills, California, USA, at the age of 89 due to natural causes. She is remembered as a trailblazing Latina actress whose performances brought dignity and strength to her characters, leaving a lasting legacy in both film and television. Joan O'Brien as Mrs. Sue Dickinson. Joan O'Brien was born on January 14, 1936, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. At 24 years old, she played Mrs. Sue Dickinson, the poised and intelligent schoolteacher, in The Alamo, 1960. Her performance highlighted the courage and compassion of a woman navigating a male-dominated and perilous environment, making her role stand out as a voice of reason and empathy among the defenders of the fort. Following this debut, Joan quickly rose to fame in Hollywood, appearing alongside Elvis Presley in It Happened at the World's Fair, 1963, and Cary Grant in Operation Petticoat, 1959. Yet the rapid exposure brought unexpected pressure. The industry's relentless pace and constant public scrutiny forced her to confront challenges few young actors anticipated, shaping her decision to step back from film work. In her personal life, Joan endured a series of difficult marriages, experiencing 5 in total. Her first, to musician Billy Strange, ended within months, followed by others that similarly faltered under the stress of Hollywood expectations. Despite the turbulence, she raised a family and nurtured her private life, maintaining a careful balance between occasional public appearances and personal privacy. As of 2026, Joan O'Brien is 90 years old, fully retired and living quietly in California. She enjoys a peaceful life, occasionally sharing her memories of Hollywood with close friends and historians, and is celebrated for her early contributions to classic American cinema. Chill Wills as Beekeeper. Chill Wills was born on July 18, 1902, in Segoville, Texas, USA. At 58 years old, he played Beekeeper, the gruff yet witty observer, in The Alamo, 1960. This role brought comic relief while offering moral insight, distinguishing him from other supporting characters as the one who humanized the fort's defenders with humor and grounded commentary. Beyond The Alamo, Wills was a prolific character actor with a rich career spanning decades, including performances in Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944, and Giant, 1956. He often faced the challenge of balancing physical demands on set, including long shoots and musical interludes with the high-pressure environment of Hollywood. Notably, his controversial Oscar publicity stunt following The Alamo added another layer of drama to his professional life. Wills also navigated a complex personal life. He married Monica, and together they raised 3 children while he continued working in film and television. The stress of constant travel and the pressures of comedic timing in a competitive industry weighed heavily, yet he remained dedicated to his craft, often mentoring younger actors in character work. Chill Wills passed away on December 15, 1978, in Encino, California, USA, at the age of 76 due to cancer. He was remembered as one of the finest character actors of his generation, with his beekeeper performance earning lasting recognition, and he left behind a family that continued to honor his legacy. Joseph Calleja as Juan Seguin. Joseph Calleja was born on October 25, 1897, in Valletta, Malta. At 63 years old, he played Juan Seguin, the steadfast and cunning Texian officer, in the Alamo, 1960. Seguin's role showcased his diplomatic acumen and loyalty to the Texian cause, making him a key advisor and bridge between settlers and Tejano forces in the narrative. This performance came after decades of navigating Hollywood's constraints as an immigrant actor. Calleja frequently portrayed villains or secondary ethnic characters, including his memorable roles in Touch of Evil, 1958, and Gilda, 1946. The typecasting and constant battle for meaningful roles fueled his decision to retire from Hollywood in 1963 and return to Malta, where he could reconnect with his roots and culture. Off-screen, Calleja maintained a disciplined personal life. He married and raised a family while occasionally appearing in Maltese theater productions, including local adaptations of classic plays. His disciplined focus on meaningful work and community engagement reflected the same integrity he brought to Juan Seguin's character. Joseph Calleja passed away on October 31, 1975, in Slima, Malta, at the age of 78 due to complications from heart disease. He left behind a legacy as one of the first Maltese actors to make a mark in Hollywood, remembered for bringing depth, intelligence, and honor to roles that might otherwise have been superficial. Ken Curtis as Captain Almaron Dickinson. Ken Curtis was born on July 2, 1916, in Lamar, Colorado, USA. At 44 years old, he played Captain Almaron Dickinson, the unwavering and disciplined officer defending the Alamo, in the Alamo, 1960. His portrayal highlighted Dickinson's courage under fire and dedication to duty, distinguishing him from the other officers as a stabilizing and moral presence in the story. Curtis had already built a long career in westerns and musical films, with notable appearances in The Searchers, 1956, and his iconic role as Festus Hagen in Gunsmoke. The intense preparation and collaboration with John Wayne during the Alamo brought professional tension, but also reinforced his reputation as a reliable and versatile character actor. In his personal life, Curtis faced challenges in marriage. He married Barbara Ford, daughter of director John Ford, in 1952. The couple divorced in 1964 after 12 years, a period marked by emotional strain while Curtis navigated the pressures of Hollywood productions and long filming schedules. Despite these challenges, he remained devoted to his craft and nurtured his network within the Western film community. Ken Curtis passed away on April 28, 1991, in Fresno, California, USA, at the age of 74 due to an aortic aneurysm while asleep. He is remembered as a quintessential Western actor whose portrayals of steadfast officers and supporting heroes left an enduring mark on American cinema. Jester Hairston as Jethro. Jester Hairston was born on September 7, 1912, in Lumberton, North Carolina. At 59 years old, he played Jethro, the wise and loyal cabin servant, in The Alamo, 1960. Hairston's portrayal brought warmth, humor, and musicality to the frontier household, making Jethro both a moral compass and a voice of humanity amid the chaos of the siege. His work on set reflected decades of navigating Hollywood as a pioneering African-American performer. Hairston had already achieved acclaim as a composer and choral conductor, most famously arranging the spiritual Amen for Lilies of the Field, 1963, a song that would become emblematic in American cinema. He also contributed to the sitcom Amen in the 1980s, using his music and performances to highlight African-American culture. Off-screen, Hairston faced constant racial discrimination. From limited roles to being typecast in servile characters, yet he devoted his life to preserving spirituals and mentoring young musicians. His relentless efforts to bring dignity and depth to African American stories exemplified the same care he brought to Jethro's character, blending performance with cultural advocacy. Jester Hairston passed away on January 18, 2000, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 98 due to natural complications of aging. His legacy endures through his music, mentorship, and groundbreaking contributions to American film and television, remembered as a trailblazer who bridged artistry and civil rights. Isa Wayne as Lisa Angelica Dickinson. Isa Wayne was born on May 15, 1956, in Los Angeles, California. At just 4 years old, she played Lisa Angelica Dickinson, the young daughter of Captain Alamo Dickinson, in the Alamo, 1960. Her presence added innocence and emotional resonance to the family scenes, emphasizing the stakes and human cost of the siege in contrast to the battle sequences. Growing up as John Wayne's daughter came with unique pressures. She appeared in other films of her father, including McLintock, 1963, blending early cinematic experience with the challenges of living in Hollywood's limelight. The demanding environment of being a child actor shaped her resilience and independence from an early age. In 1988, Isa faced a life-threatening incident when she and a companion were violently attacked in La Jolla by intruders wielding firearms. The attack was later linked to a high-conflict custody dispute involving her ex-husband, businessman Thomas Gionis, leaving her with both physical and psychological scars. Despite this, she channeled her experiences into a successful professional life, becoming a practicing lawyer and author. As of 2026, Isa Wayne is 70 years old. She works as a lawyer and has published the memoir, John Wayne, My Father, sharing her perspective on growing up in one of Hollywood's most famous families. She continues to live privately while honoring her father's legacy, bridging her childhood experiences on film with a career dedicated to advocacy and writing. Hank Worden as Parson. Hank Worden was born on December 23, 1901, in Theodore, Alabama. At 59 years old, he played Parson, the quirky, loyal clergyman, in The Alamo, 1960. Parson served as both moral anchor and comic relief in the film, his interactions with the settlers adding a humanizing warmth that contrasted with the harsh frontier environment. Worden's professional life was defined by decades as a versatile character actor. He appeared in over 200 films, frequently collaborating with John Ford and John Wayne, including The Searchers, 1956, and Red River, 1948. As well as guest roles in television series such as Twin Peaks. On set, he endured long, grueling shoots, but rarely sought the spotlight, embracing the stability of supporting roles over stardom. Despite a calm professional demeanor, Hank faced personal hardship. He was deeply affected by the death of his longtime wife, Louise Eade, in 1977. An event that left a lasting emotional impact. This loss marked a period of quiet grief that contrasted with his lively performances on screen, showing how personal sorrow coexisted with his enduring professional dedication. Hank Worden passed away on December 6, 1992 in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 91 due to natural causes. He was remembered fondly by colleagues and fans alike for his iconic supporting roles, with a legacy as one of Hollywood's most reliable and endearing character actors. Denver Pyle as Thimblerig, the Gambler. Denver Pyle was born on May 11, 1920 in Bethune, Colorado. At 40 years old, he played Thimblerig, the cunning gambler, in The Alamo, 1960. The role showcased his ability to balance charm with sly opportunism, adding tension and unpredictability to the story while highlighting the dangers of frontier survival. Pyle had a prolific career in both television and film, best known for his role as Uncle Jesse in The Dukes of Hazzard, 1979 to 1985, and as Briscoe Darling in The Andy Griffith Show. His body of work earned him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, reflecting decades of dedication to bringing warmth, humor, and integrity to the screen. Throughout his life, Pyle struggled privately with the long-term effects of smoking, which ultimately contributed to serious health issues. He continued to act actively despite declining health, demonstrating a strong commitment to his craft even as he faced the harsh realities of chronic illness. Denver Pyle passed away on December 25, 1997, in Burbank, California, at the age of 77 from lung cancer. His passing on Christmas Day was mourned by fans and colleagues, marking the loss of a beloved character actor whose work spanned both classic cinema and iconic television series. Richard Boone, as General. Sam Houston. Richard Boone was born on June 18, 1917, in Los Angeles, California. At 43 years old, he played General Sam Houston in The Alamo, 1960, portraying the stoic and strategic leader whose determination and command were pivotal to the Texian defenders' efforts. His performance emphasized Houston's moral authority and resilience, distinguishing him from other military figures in the film. On set, Boone's reputation as a strict, no-nonsense actor both intrigued and challenged his colleagues. He had previously achieved fame as the lead in the iconic television Western have-gun, Will Travel, 1957 to 1963, earning multiple Emmy nominations, and had appeared in films like The Tall T, 1957, and The Comancheros, 1961. His strong work ethic and intense focus on authenticity made him a respected but demanding presence during production. Off-screen, Boone's personal life was complicated by his struggles with alcoholism and heavy smoking. These habits, combined with a naturally fiery temper, created tension in both professional and personal contexts. Despite these challenges, he maintained his career in Hollywood for decades, leaving a mark as one of the most formidable and memorable Western actors of his generation. Richard Boone passed away on January 10, 1981, in St. Augustine, Florida, at the age of 63 due to throat cancer. His addiction to alcohol and long-term tobacco use had severely compromised his health. Boone is remembered not only for his iconic performances, but also as a cautionary tale of talent combined with self-destructive habits, leaving behind a legacy of intense, commanding roles. So that's the story of The Alamo, 1960, cast in 2026. Which cast member's journey surprised you the most, and whose legacy do you think has stood the test of time? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more then and now updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.